Hello, my friend. Welcome to the Chronically Me podcast. I'm your host, Aimee Esther, and in today's episode, we are talking about how to survive the holidays when you live chronically ill. If you live chronically ill like me and are looking for more purpose, control, and joy in your life, then you are in the right place. This is a podcast that challenges your thinking around chronic illness so you can live the most amazing life despite extra challenges. Are you ready? Let's go. Hello, and welcome, and happy holidays. Whatever holidays you celebrate, I hope that this will be helpful for you. I'm going to share with you 6 things that will help you survive through the holiday season. Now, this week is here where I live in the U.S., Thanksgiving, and then I celebrate Christmas and New Year's. Everybody celebrates different things at different times, but generally, the next few months are full of holidays and parties and food and things that are definitely difficult. And I feel like often I end up feeling so exhausted and in so much more pain. And I didn't stick to my diet and I did too much physically that I just feel awful after the holidays. And this year is going to be different. And the first thing I highly recommend is to stick to your routine as much as possible. And there's going to be events, there's going to be food, there's going to be things come up. But if you can stick to a routine that you've set for yourself, it will really help. Try to eat a good breakfast. That makes you feel good, sticking to your diet or your plan. Try to make sure that you do not forget your supplements and your medications and other treatments that you do. The things that you need to do each day. For me, I need to wear compression socks. I cannot forget to wear those or I will be passing out. I need to remember to bring my salt pills wherever I go. So if there's things that you have in your normal routine, take them with you to your events, to your parties, to the extra things you're going to be doing, because that will help you to stay on track. And I like to set myself reminders. So set a reminder on your phone, 7 o'clock, take your medication, don't forget. 9 o'clock, hey, you got 30 minutes and then you need to be home in bed. I know you want to stay at the party, but we really need to go to bed, which leads me to number 2, just say no. Often we have a hard time saying no. I don't know about you, but I do. Or I just want to say yes. I want to be able to do all the things. And I want to go to the event. I want to stay out later. I want to eat the cookies. But I know I'm going to feel better if I don't. And what I like to remind myself with these things is I want it and I don't want it. So let's say I'm on a diet plan where I'm not eating sugar. And there's lots of sugar at the events that I'm going to. And I'm at a family party and there's a really yummy treat that looks amazing. Instead of telling myself, no, you can't have that, and then me wanting it more, I tell myself the truth. Yes, I want that thing because it's going to taste good. And everybody else is eating it. And this is a party and the holidays are for sweets, right? Whatever my reason is. I do want it. And also I don't. Also, I don't want it because of these health problems that it causes me, because I know I'm going to have a migraine tonight if I eat it, because I told myself I wasn't going to. So tell yourself the truth. I want to stay out later, and also I don't want to stay out later. I want to eat the cookie, and also I don't want to eat the cookie. Because when we try to lie to ourselves and say, no, Aimee, you're going to be strong, you can do this, everyone's eating the cookie and you're not. No, that's going to feel awful. Instead, I tell myself, I want it for all of these reasons, and I don't want it for all these reasons, and then I let myself be sad about it, and I let myself be annoyed that I don't get to eat it, and I let myself maybe be a little annoyed at everybody else that they do get to eat it and don't have problems after they eat the food. I can feel all of those feelings, and I don't need to push them away. I don't need to pretend they're not there and pretend to everybody else that I don't care. I can just say out loud or to myself, I'm really sad that I don't get to eat that cookie, but also I'm really happy that I'm sticking to my plan. Also, I'm really happy that I'm not going to have a migraine tonight. Also, I'm really happy to be here and just spend time with you guys. And I'm really disappointed that I'm not eating that cookie. It would taste so good right now. I'm really disappointed that I can't stay out later tonight. And just own the way you're feeling. Or accept that you're going to eat the cookie and have side effects. Accept that you're going to stay out late and have side effects. You just got to own it, right? Own that I'm sad because I'm not eating the cookie, or own that I'm sick because I ate the cookie, right? Just make your decision and own it. That was my decision. So of course, my first advice is to say no. But if you can't say no, own up to what you did. Own up to, it's not my friend's fault that they brought cookies to the party and I ate them, right? Like, let's just own up that, like, I know my body's going to have side effects from this. I know that. I'm going to eat it anyway. Or I'm going to stay out late anyway. And I'm going to accept that that was my choice instead of trying to blame it on other things and other people. So just say no. But if you can't say no, own up to what you've said yes to. Number 4 advice is to volunteer to help. Volunteer to help bring food. Maybe you make your own food and you say, hey, I'm so excited for the party, but I'm going to bring my own food if that's okay. Or I'm going to bring a snack or a side for dinner because I don't know if anybody's going to have the food that I need. Of course, we can call ahead. We can ask people what food's going to be there, what activities we're going to do. But volunteering to help plan the activities, plan the food, or anything like that can help you be in a lot of control with what happens. And then everything outside of your control, you need to let go. You need to allow people to eat food that is not on your diet. You need to allow people to plan activities that make you sick. And it's okay if they plan stuff that's not good for you. As we've talked about many, many, many times on the podcast, when we try to force everybody else to understand our illness and cater to us and understand everything and remember everything that we've ever told them about our illness, it just leads to problems. So let's take care of us. Volunteer to help if you can, if you have the energy or the time. If not, then just say no to the things you can't do and allow everybody else to do things that you can't do. Allow people to want to do activities that are a little hard for you. Allow people to want to bring food that isn't on your diet plan. It's not their job to take care of you. It's your job to take care of you. So if you remember that going into the holidays, that, okay, my job is to take care of me. I'm going to volunteer for things. I'm going to help, but I'm going to let other people do what they're going to do, and I'm going to still take care of me, even if there's nothing I can eat, even if there's nothing I can do, even if I have to plan a completely different activity than everybody else is doing, and I have to be on my own. I'm going to do that because I'm taking care of me. Or, as we talked about before, own up to the fact that you are choosing to do the activity that makes you sick. You are choosing to eat the food that makes you sick, right? We own up to that it's nobody else's fault if we eat something off our diet. It's nobody else's fault if we do an activity that makes us sick. That is our fault. Let's take care of us. Let them take care of them. If they're disappointed or they're offended that you're not eating the food or not coming to the activity, give them back their emotions. Let them take care of their own thoughts and feelings, and you're going to take care of your thoughts and feelings. And you're going to do it with kindness and love, but we have to take care of ourselves. Because if we don't take care of ourselves, how are we ever going to be able to take care of anyone else? How are we ever going to be able to be kind to anybody else if we're not kind to ourselves first? Take care of you and whatever that means. Whether it is eating the chocolate and owning up that you are going to eat things off your diet. Remember that this is all about balancing our physical and our mental health. Sometimes we want to do the things so badly mentally that it will make us happier than being in less pain. And sometimes being in less pain would make us happier than going and doing the thing. So just decide what is the best for you. All right, number 5 is to stretch out your holidays as much as possible. So wherever you have control, maybe it's shopping. Now, a lot of times these days we just shop online, so that's really great and a lot easier. But if you like shopping in person, then maybe you get your shopping done early so that by the time events and parties are happening, you're not shopping on Friday and then going to an event on Saturday and then having family dinner on Sunday, right? Let's stretch it out as much as possible. If you have any control about dates or times of the events you're going to, then try to stretch them out or have a conversation with people. Talk to, your family member and say, hey, can we do our family party the week before Christmas? And talk to your friends and say, hey, can we do our friend party the 2 weeks before Christmas, right? Try to stretch it out if you can, where you can control. And if you can't control, say no when you need to. And back to tip number 3 about volunteering to help. If you volunteer to help plan the family party, you can stretch things out. You can move things around. You can make it so it's not party, party, party every single night the week of Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever it is you celebrate. You can kind of stretch that out. And then again, own up to the fact that people might do things you don't like. And people might plan a lot of events all at once. So either own up to, I'm choosing to go to all these events because that sounds more fun, and I'm okay with taking the pain, and remembering that you're going to have a side effect either way. The side effect of missing out on the event, or the side effect of going to the event and having extra physical pain. Which side effect do you want? Own up to it, even if other people do things you don't want to do, because it's still always your choice. All right, number 6, and I think the most important thing about surviving the holidays when you live chronically ill, and I mean anybody, is you need to remember that your holidays don't have to look like anybody else's. You do not have to go to an event every single weekend. You don't have to go take your kids to all these different events and things and parties and travel, and you don't have to do that. You can create whatever life you want. You can create whatever holiday you want. If you want a holiday where you stay at home the entire month of December, do it. And own up to that's what you're choosing, and that's what makes you the happiest. If you want a holiday where you are out seeing everybody you love, and you're out doing stuff every single night, and you're doing all the things, you're eating all the food, you're going to all the events, you're doing whatever other stuff that you want to do, then remember that that's the holiday you chose, and your holiday may look like doing a lot of stuff and then crashing super hard. Focus on what you can do and not what you can't do. We so often think about, oh, but if I miss out on this event, I'm going to miss this thing and seeing this person and doing this fun activity. When if we go, then we're thinking, oh man, I should have just stayed home because I would have been less sick. I would have had less migraines. I would have had less pain. I would have had less fatigue. Man, I would have felt so much better if I didn't eat that cookie. Like, no. Focus on what you can do and own up to your choices. I said that like 9 times in this podcast, but it's so important. Own up to your choices and focus on what you can do and what you are doing. If you choose to stay home, focus on the good from staying home. I'm so glad I stayed home because I'm feeling pretty decent. Or even if you're not feeling good, I'm glad I stayed home because I would have felt even worse if I'd gone to the party. So glad I didn't eat the cookie because even though it sounded really good and tasty, this other part of me didn't want it. And this other part of me wanted to feel good today and to have more energy. And if you go to the party and you're feeling terrible and your brain wants to go to, I should have stayed home, it would have been so much better there. No, think about what is going on that's good there. I'm so glad I came because I got to see this person. I'm so glad I came because I love being with my family. Because I've just found that our brains, no matter what we choose, it wants to go to the negative. It wants to show the hard things of where we're at instead of accepting that we made this choice and there's good thing and bad things either way. And that's what I like to remind myself. If I go to the event, if I eat the cookie, if I sleep in, if I stay up late or whatever, it's going to be 50-50. 50% good, amazing, fun things, 50% crappy, annoying things. It's going to be 50-50 either way. So do I want the 50-50 of staying home from the event, or do I want the 50-50 of going? Do I want the 50-50 of eating the cookie or the 50-50 of not eating a cookie? Remind yourself that either way, no matter what choice you make during the holidays, you're going to have good things and bad things to say about it. So make your choice, own up to it, and realize that even if you'd made the opposite choice, you would still have good things and bad things to say about it. All right, my friend, happy holidays. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you on the next one. Hey friend, do you find value in this podcast but want to take it to the next level? Work with me one-on-one or check out Chronically Me, the course and workbook. This course takes the things you are learning on the podcast and helps you apply them directly to your life. This course dives deeper into changing your thinking, teaching you how the brain works and how to maximize your life with chronic illness. I designed this course as a companion to the podcast. The podcast gives specific, real-world examples, and the course helps you put them into action. If you want personalized one-on-one help from me, I got you. I also offer individual coaching programs where we can talk about the problems you are facing. I'll help you manage your brain and find solutions to nearly every problem that you have. We will walk hand in hand on this journey together. Check the show notes or the video description on YouTube for more information on getting extra help from me. Talk to you soon.